Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. This is going to be a general energy check-in for the collective. So if this message resonates or you find it helpful, then it's for you. If not, just leave it for someone else or return to it at a later time. Also be sure to check out the description box where I'll leave some journal prompts for you based on this reading. Okay, I am so excited because I have never been called to use this oracle deck for anyone but myself. But I was just looking at my decks, feeling into what wanted to come out to play, and we have got the Fantod pack by Edward Gorey. For those of you who don't know, which is probably all of you, Edward Gorey is one of my favorite people of all time. He is one of my biggest inspirations. Most people know him as an artist, an illustrator, and a writer. Some of you may know one of his more famous books was called The Gashly Crumb Tinies. He also illustrated the intro sequence to PBS Mystery in the 80s and 90s. Anyway, in essence, Edward Gorey was actually a philosopher, and he's just one of my favorite people that has ever existed. I own so many pieces of art by him. I've read his biography. So of course I own his oracle deck. The thing about this oracle deck, though, is that it's so bizarre and off the beaten path. You're never going to find anything like this anywhere else because it's just so Edward Gorey. I never thought I would use this to read for anyone but myself, but it just so clearly wanted to come out to play, and so I'm very excited. So I was pre-shuffling the deck and two cards jumped out. So here we go, okay? We've got the Black Doll and the Tunnel. Hello. You can see my reflection. Okay, so look at these two together. This is so clearly an invitation for you to go into the shadow, into your shadow, go into the tunnel. It's almost like the Black Doll is your guide into your own shadow. I'm getting like High Priestess vibes, right? This kind of come hither, let's go deeper, let's go into the shadows, right? Let's look at what you don't know that you don't know. So we're going to do some shadow work today, okay? I'm going to use Tarot of the Abyss, and I'm just going to ask, I don't know, what am I going to ask? What shadow wants to be revealed in the collective? Okay. What shadow wants to be revealed in the collective right now? There's so many, aren't there? There's so many. Let's just go with one for now. Thank you. There it is. Page of Pentacles. I'm getting this distinct feeling that let me show it to you. I'm getting this feeling that you started something, you started studying something, or you started pursuing something, investing in something. I don't know. You started to explore something a long time ago. Something that was a genuine calling or genuinely of interest to you, but then you buried it. And maybe in the moment you told yourself, I'll get back to that. It's like if you've always felt the call to paint, and maybe in the past you bought yourself all the supplies, right? You started investing and capitalizing on that potential within yourself. You started to study how to paint, right? But then life got in the way and you just buried it, and you're like, I'll get back to it when I can. But you won't. You never did. And now it's been years. So there's like an old interest that's actually very authentic that you've disconnected from. Let's Let's pull some more cards here. It may very well be something artistic. Just the fact that I felt so drawn to the Edward Gorey deck, and he was an artist and a writer and a philosopher. Maybe you want to look into Edward Gorey if you've never heard of him. Maybe you used to love Edward Gorey too, but you totally forgot about him until this moment. I don't know. It feels like something, a real form of self-expression. What else do we need to know about this shadow? I'm seeing or feeling the color purple. 5 of Wands, conflict, feeling conflicted within yourself about it. 3 of Wands, something else is pulling at your attention. 10 of Wands, oh boy. You're feeling, whether you recognize it or not, you're now feeling the burden of not having continued to pursue this. It's like something stopped you in your tracks. Something abruptly ended your investment in this thing. You were called to new horizons, but now, months, years, I don't know, decades later, not having pursued this is weighing on you. But you're hearing and seeing this reading now because you're ready to put down that burden. This is the 10 of Wands, and all 10s indicate the end of a cycle. So this is the moment where either you change or the cycle starts all over again and you are like stuck in Groundhog Day. What are you going to choose? What's the challenge here? Tell me more about the challenge that the collective faces with this shadow. Like, why wouldn't you pursue it? What story are you telling yourself? I mean, the 10 of Wands would indicate that you're distracting yourself with taking care of other people, taking responsibilities on that are not your own, potentially some codependent patterns. Why would you allow life to get in the way of something that's so authentically interesting to you? It's like, what's the shadow with this shadow? Okay. The Hanged Man. Oh, this is one of my favorite versions of the Hanged Man, because we are the Hanged Man. We're not just looking at him, we are him. I don't know. There you go. You can kind of see. So this is actually what it looks like upside down. So everything looks right side up. But the Hanged Man, you're looking at everything upside down. It's almost like you put your life on hold. Whatever this thing was, it brought you life. Or it helped you to feel more in touch with your own life force energy. But you put it on hold, and you never stopped. And now you've gotten so used to it that what seems right side up is actually upside down. You've gotten used to the upside down. You've gotten used to like the discombobulation. That's what I'm hearing. Clarify this Hanged Man. What's the challenge? What's the challenge? If the Hanged Man is the challenge, it's almost like the challenge is for you to tap into a sense of momentum again. You know, it's like what's that phrase? Like, that which is in motion stays in motion. You know, it's like, how do you find the momentum again when you've been at a standstill for so long? Getting started. Getting started is always the hardest part with anything. Knight of Cups, following your own heart. Yep, your heart is like, oh my God, please. Can we please stop just like working and living for other people? Like, the drudgery is freaking killing me. I want to be free. I want to express myself. I really feel like this might be some kind of artistic self-expression here. So, what's the belief that says you can't follow your own heart? Ace of Pentacles. It is also very interesting that the tarot deck I felt called to use is all in black and white, and the Edward Gorey Oracle deck is all in black and white. It's almost like whatever this thing was that you stopped pursuing, it's the thing that gave color to your life. It's like, since you stopped investing your time and energy into this thing, life has felt drained of color, right? The belief stopping you from following your own heart. Okay, literally what I'm hearing is I'm not good enough. So you don't believe in your own potential, or like, for going back to the painting example, you know, it's like, well, I'm never going to be Van Gogh, so what's the point? Or it's never going to make me money, so what's the point? It's like, you don't believe in your own potential. But, like, literally the point of anything is to have fun. The point is the doing of it, right? If it's a form of self-expression, if the doing of it is fulfilling, then the doing of it is the point. It's not to get to some finish line. It's not to compete with Van Gogh, right? So what's the advice? King of Swords. Okay, well, that's the Sword of Truth. It's almost like elevate yourself out of the emotions relative to the situation and just try to like see yourself the way that a friend would see you. See yourself the way that a loved one would see you, your partner would see you. You've got to get out of your own emotions, get out of your own head about it, be more objective about it. What would you tell someone you love if they were going through what you're going through? Like, be radically honest with yourself. You're making excuses. I love that. That's the most King of Swords thing I've ever heard. You're making excuses. Three of Cups. Start connecting with people who are also interested in that thing, whatever it is. Whatever it is, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be stereotypically artistic. I don't know. It could be you have a passion for investing, like, I don't know what, anything goes. Just start connecting with people who are also lit up by that thing. Even if that just means following certain accounts on Instagram or looking up certain YouTube videos about it, talking more openly about it with the people in your life who love you, sharing how you feel with the people who care. I'm also hearing make do with what you have. Like, don't let that be another excuse. You don't need the best supplies or the best tech in the world to start doing what you love or to pursue what interests you. Seven of Swords. Oh, Seven of Swords. It's almost like you're making yourself an outsider. You're playing these like mental games with yourself, and you're keeping yourself an outsider. You've got to drop that. You've got to drop that. Ten of Swords. So now we have the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords. You know, the interesting thing with this deck, Tarot of the Abyss, is there's actually two versions of the Ten of Swords. There's two versions of the Three of Swords. And there's also, I think, an extra card somewhere in there. This deck's a little bit interesting. So this is the more like positive version, you could say, of the Ten of Swords. So we've got owl energy coming forward for you. This is like mental awakening. So more than anything practical or physical, what's actually coming through for you as advice is to really work on just shifting your mindset and opening up emotionally about how you really feel about it. Because I think that's like the energetic foundation that needs to be laid in order for you to pursue it again and not abandon it again, right? Okay, I feel like that's everything. All right, man, I hope that this was helpful, or at least thought-provoking. I hope it finds whoever it needs to. Be sure to check out the description box where I'll leave some journal prompts for you. Leave any questions or comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.